attend the webinar on drone technology. This webinar is organized by Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. As per any
again, sir.
Sir, start panlama.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Carry on.
Sir, voice was not audible, sir.
Yes, experience drone has many so
Sir, on behalf of St. Mother Teresa Engineering College, by representing Triple E Department, I am welcoming you, Jeffrey Jackson Raj, UAV Research Engineer, Center for Aerospace Research, Chennai. A warm welcome you, sir. So kindly share your knowledge in the topic of drone technology.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Your valuable words. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Good morning. This is Jeffrey, as Karthi has said. So, we're going to start our basic classes, like introductions of drones. So, you all may hear and you all may have seen it, that what is a drone, what is the type of drone. So many you have seen. So, we are going to just see a few or some 10 more topics in drones, like introductions of drones. Okay. So, the first topic, then the application of drone. Then the types of drone, what are the types we have in drones, then parts of drones, okay, what are the parts in the drones, how it works, then the working of drone, then the working of drones, then the application, then the conclusion. Okay, so these are the main topics we are going to focus on it. So first, I'll start with what is a drone. Okay, a drone is nothing but a flying object. So it is controlled by a human. Okay, not manually like a flight. Okay, so it is nothing but it is a flying robot. Okay, so in drones it has so many parts and controllable controlling parts are there. So in this drones, some types are there. So we will see about the types. So the major 5 types are there. The first one is fixed wing. The fixed wing is nothing but the flight, okay, the plane, which is fixed with the wings. Okay, that one, the first one. Then the second one is the multicopter. The multicopter is nothing but it has 4 motors like quadcopters. So in multicopters it has so many types. So later we'll see that one. Then helicopters. So helicopter, you all may have seen it. Then RC boats. Okay, boat is also there. Car is, we call it as rover. Okay, RC rover or RC car. Then VTOL. So VTOL we call vertical takeoff and landing, or else we call it as VTHT. Okay, it is vertical takeoff and horizontal transition. So later we'll see about those drones and all. Then ornithopter. Ornithopter is nothing but it seems like a bird. So it flies like a bird, or it has a bird mechanism inside. Okay, these are the main types of drones. Okay, so in this, first we're going to see about the multicopters. Okay, so multicopter, it has so many types. So the multicopter is the first one is the monocopter. In multicopter it has monocopter which it has single rotor. Okay, for example we can take it as helicopter also. It is a monocopter. Okay, it has only single rotating rotor. Okay, that is multicopter. I mean monocopter. Then dicopter or bicopter. It is 2. It has 2 rotors. So it flies. Okay, so that is bicopter. Then tricopter. It has 3 rotating rotors. Okay, so that is tricopter. Then the quadcopter. The quadcopter you may have seen in so many places, like in the wedding shootings and the aerial shootings, like they have may used so many drones. Okay, that is the basic one, and the very important then very easy to make. Okay, so that is it gives more stability when compared to other types of drones like monocopter, bicopter. Okay, so that is one type. The fourth one, quadcopter. Then hexacopter. Okay, hexacopter, it has 6 rotating rotors. Okay, it has 6 motors. Okay, that the rotor which I mean is motors. Okay, it depends the name on rotors. Okay, so then the fifth one is hexacopter. Then octocopter. Octocopter, it has 8 motors. Okay, 8 motors, 8 rotating rotors it has. Okay, so these are the main. So we mainly used in industries and as well as in the applications. We use quadcopter and the hexacopter, then the octocopter. These 3 copters we use for the industry's purpose, for the main surveillance purpose or whatever it is. Okay, so these are the main we use because the octocopter and the octocopter and the hexacopter, it has more it has more payload capacity to carry. Okay, it has so many thrust to carry more amount of weight. So mainly it is used to in shootings and as well as in the agricultural spraying drones. So it can carry more than 10 liters, 20 liters of water in agricultural, as well as it can carry a shooting camera with a weight of 15 kg or 10 kg or more. Okay, so it takes. Then these are the 3 which we mainly use in industries as well as in the surveillance purposes. Okay, for the projects which we are going through. Then we coming to the next one is the helicopter. Helicopter is also only one type is there, so no other types. So other type is like have bicopter. So bicopter is same like it has 2 rotating rotors. Okay, that is also we used to see in militaries. So in that we don't have a miniature like drone. So only big size heli is only there. So which we used in armies and navies like. So that is the one type. So these are the 2 types in heli, the monocopter and the bicopter. This both as I used to surveillance, mainly for surveillance. Okay, and the helicopters. Then in China they are using for agriculture purpose also in heli, but more comfortable for the agriculture and as well as for the all application is quadcopter is best. So according to this situation. Okay, so this is the main thing. Then we go for RC rovers. Okay, rovers is used for surveillance and rescue purposes. So rover is nothing but like mini car, like small RC cars. Okay, like remote cars. So we can use it for the surveillance purposes, and the military also in the secret operation, even the military, air force, navy, whatever, where we can, according to our application, we can use that one, the rovers also. Then the ornithopter, mainly all the drones are used only for the surveillance purposes. The main reason is surveillance purposes. So it used. Then ornithopter, it is nothing. It looks like a bird like mechanism. It has a flapping wings. Okay, we call it as flapping wings. How the bird flies with this flapping wings. So like the same, it will also flies. Okay, this is the main in the ornithopter. Then the rover. And the rover, it has 2 types. The one is it has chain belt main tires. Okay, like car, it has more tires. Then the tankers which we seen in militaries and armies and all. Okay, they have big tankers. It is connected with the chain tires, like the type belt tires it has. Okay, so 2 types of tires is also there. Then we go for RC, that under RC boats or submarines like. Okay, this is used for the surveillance, for the naval, then to find any archaeologies under the seas, like anything, then to see the sea managements, the like. So this and all we can monitor with it. So for this we use for mainly. So these are the types which in the drones which it has. So in fixed wing, coming up to the last point, the fixed wing. So fixed wing, it is classified into 2 types. So one is it is classified mainly by the wings. Okay, so it has single wing. It is monoplane. When it has double wing, it is biplane. Okay, so wing it in olden aircraft we may have seen. So biplane aircrafts also is there. Okay, in olden days, even the Wright brothers, they find the first aircraft is with biplane. Biplane is nothing but it has two wings, upper wing and the lower wing. Okay, it has two wings. So that is one type. And the aircraft is the RC plane or the UAV. It is differed by the wings. Okay, it has upper wing, lower wing, mid wing. Okay, so many wings are there. So that is nothing which the wing placement. According to the wing placement, it differs. Okay, so if the wing is at top of the aircraft, so it is upper wing. Okay, when the wing is in the middle of the body of the aircraft, the fuselage is called mid wing. Okay, so then the aircraft and then down part, okay, down the fuselage is called a lower wing. Okay, so these are some of the important points in the fixed wings. So it differs with according to its application. Okay, so these are the parts. Then we go for the applications of drones. So in drones we are using in so many applications, so mainly in industries as well as in the navy purposes. So in so many places we are using drones. So the main 10 applications we are going to see today. So the first thing is aerial photography. Okay, first just note the points, then after that I will explain the each and every point, what we use for. Okay, so the first point is aerial photography. Okay, in the name itself you can came to know what is aerial photography and what it is. Okay, so first one is the aerial photography. Then the second one is for shipping and delivery of drones. Okay, for the shipping as well as for the delivery, and geographic mapping. Okay, that is the third point. Then the disaster management is the fourth point. Then agricultural purposes, this is the fifth point. Then research and rescue. Okay, for the rescue for purpose, for the research and purpose, that is the sixth point. Then the weather forecasting and wildlife monitoring. Okay, these are the 10 points which I mentioned. Okay, I repeat again. First point is aerial photography. Then the second point is shipping and delivery. Then the third point is geographic mapping. Then the fourth point is disaster management. Then fifth point is agricultural purpose. Then the sixth point is rescue, which means surveillance or whatever. Okay, search and surveillance purpose. Then the weather forecasting, that is the seventh point. Then wildlife monitoring is the eighth point. Then in the industries we use it for the gas leakages monitoring purpose. Okay, that is okay. 10 points we have seen. So now I'll explain you total the 10 points. What are the classification it has? What are the types it has? Okay, so 10 points. The first one is aerial photography. Aerial photography is nothing but we have seen in the shootings like cinemas, then as well as in the marriage, wedding photographies in the marriages, and there's so many places they are using this aerial photographies. So that is aerial photography. Then okay, sorry, that is aerial photography. Then shipping and delivery. The shipping and delivery, there's some major companies like Amazon's and DHL is delivering products or delivering their parcels by using the drones nowadays. Okay, so it was morely developed in Gulf countries as well as in Chennai. Also, we have a tie-up with Zomato. So we have delivering the food packets in the orders by drones. So it goes to a certain point. So the user will give their location. So in that location, we'll go there, then we'll drop the food packet or we'll place it near to that. We don't drop from the height. So we'll go and we'll place it there. Okay. So like that way we'll use it in the shippings and deliveries. That is called shipping and delivery. Then the geographic mapping. So recently we have did one project in Tiruchi, Tanjavur and Madurai. So totally 3 areas we have river bends. So we mapped all those areas, like how it will go means that a drone will go up, then it will capture a certain amount of area in the square kilometers. It captures pictures from a certain height, like 100 meters or 80 meters height. It captures the pictures. So then after that, after capturing the picture, will make like points on the river bends in the maps, like in Google Map. So and that map will mark only the river bend when the disaster time comes. So we can compare both those maps with that, with how it was in the previous time of disaster, how it was now. Okay, so we can compare those things, or we can do for the river management if we want to improve the river, or if we want to maintain it, or how the erosion was there, how it is destroyed, or what happened. So likewise, we can manage the rivers, as well as not only the river, even some cyclone comes. So if you are mapping one area, okay, geographical mapping, if you are mapping one area, like taking certain amount of photos, then we'll render it, then we compress all photos together and it makes a map. Okay, so I'm very sorry that if I put the PPT, it will be easy for you. So sure, I'll give you the PPT. I'll share you. Okay, you can see that, you can go through it. I'll make it a document and then I'll share you. Okay, so that you may understand easily. Okay, it takes a small amount of pictures it will capture, then it will merge it as a map. Okay, how you see in Google Map, like same it will be. Okay, so it will merge it. So after that, you can compare both the maps. If you have two maps, if a cyclone comes, before how the area was it is, now how the area it is. Okay, so you compare both the maps, so how the disaster was. Okay, you can see, for example, if you have a farmland, it has a 200 to 500 amount of coconut trees. Okay, before any disaster, like before any cyclone comes. Okay, in that situation, in that case, you have a 500 trees of coconut. Then after the cyclone comes, after that you can see how many trees was destroyed in the cyclone. So how many trees was there remaining. So we can compare that images to that, and we can find it. So for that it is using. Then another one for mapping purposes also. All the Google Maps are mapped by drones. Okay, in olden days, they used to take a big champers, big flights, or big helicopters to go to the real position. They used to keep camera on the heli. Then they used to take the pictures of the areas. Then after that, they will merge it. So now it is very easy. So in the olden days, it takes so much of time, as well as it so much of money. So nowadays it is very cheap amount. We can use it minimum within 50 to 60,000. We can map a area like 20 kilometers, square kilometers, or 30 square kilometers. Which, okay, so nowadays the drones are very easily, we can buy it in the market, in the local markets also. So many drones are available. We can use those drones is also. So that is the one type of geographical mapping. So it changes the maps into 3D location. Okay, so that we can compare in 3D maps. So in Google and all, we are seeing it 2D maps. So it shows you in 3D, so that you can see it as a real-time visual. Okay, real-time visual. Then after that also, you can wear the goggles, like which you have face goggle. So you can wear that, and you can walk and see into that map how the disaster was there, how the trees were there. So now how many trees was plucked out. So you can wear the goggles with the mobile. So it will be connected with the app. So you can real time, you can walk it on the area where the disaster happened. Okay, likewise it was used. So the another one is the disaster management. The main, as I said, the disaster management. Then we see for the agricultural purposes. Nearly 80% of agricultural market will be compressed of drones only. Okay, so nowadays so many areas, is even in Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Delhi, even Karnataka, they are using drones for agriculture, for the pesticide spraying purposes, as well as like pesticide, then water spraying, or spraying medicines, like whatever. So many are they using for it. So even they are using for the monitoring purposes, or even the drones are they are using drones for inserting the seeds in the land. So it will flies and it will automatically spray the seed in the land. Then it will seed it in the land, like 1 acres, 2 acres. So in those applications, it was used in agricultural purposes. And farmers is also they are looking for the cheap amount of rate. So nowadays the agriculture was very going in very dangerous situation. So the drones are helping the farmers to spray the pesticides like in so many ways. So in one day, so when we did one project in that, we came to know that for 1 acre of land, the farmer has spray 210 liters of pesticide. Okay, so in drone we have 30 liters tanks of capacity. So if one man spray pesticide in the land, okay, it takes minimum 1 day. Okay, but if you're spraying in the drone, it completes in within 1.5 hours or 2 hours. Okay, so it reduces time also, then as well as the amount also. Okay, if you have charged 2 batteries, then it is more than enough to spray the 1 acre of land with 200 liters of pesticide or water, whatever. Okay, so this will reduce the amount, the price and the cost, as well as the time of the farmer. So they can use it for the many lands and many applications also. So nowadays is improving. So now the recent project we are doing is the locust, which is has so many flies which is comes into the North India. Like, so for that we are spraying antiseptic medicines or pesticides to avoid those locusts. Okay, so in Tamil we call it as vertically. So we all heard that so many are coming inside the farmers' land, and even so many people are frying and eating it also in the northern regions. So we are spraying those pesticides in the north regions, and so this is one project is going on now. So this is one of the a major application, agricultural. Okay, so then another one is search and rescue. So search and rescue is nothing but, for example, we have did a small project 2 months before in Chennai. There was a murder happened in I don't want to mention that area and that incident also. So it was happened. So it was a girl. So it was happened near IT company backside. It has a big farmland. So there the body was there. Okay, so police are searching for more than 2-3 days, so they cannot find it. So in those project we used drones to fly on those area. So we find little amount of clues of that girl. So what we made, we fly the drone with, we used thermal cameras in that. Okay, it shows the body temperature and as well in the thermal imaging. So in thermal imaging it has two types, black hot and white hot camera is there. Okay, it has two. It shows black heat images, the hot images in the white and the cool images in black. Okay, that is one type. The another one type, it shows in yellow and blue as well colors. Okay, then another type, it is like black and white, and it will be reverse and also. So black hot, white hot and thermal image. So totally three we can see it in the thermal cameras. That is one type. So in that we use the drone. So we flied on those area. So more than 20 kilometer of radius. So we flied more than 1.5 days. Okay. So after the first day ends, we find that the one body was there in the trees, like forest like area. So there we find it. So this is one of the application I'm saying, the use. So how we used in the rescue and the research. Okay, this is for the rescue purpose, for the research, so for the monitoring also. So we find there that the body was there. It was very helpful for the police department as well as armies and navy. So all for the surveillance purposes. Okay, so we use thermal sensor camera and drones, and even it can locate the persons where they were. Okay, so that is for the rescue operations. Then we can drop medicines even in the rescue of time. Then we can drop food packets in the disaster times. So we can give clothes or if whatever they need we can drop it from that. No need to take a helicopter or to go there and to drop. Like drone can go, it has a GPS location, so it goes there and it automatically lands there and it will drop it the packet down. Then again it take off and it comes back to home. Okay, so this is one of the rescue. Then the searching, I told you already, for the murder or any theft was happened. So for chasing the thief, like okay, likewise it was using. Then the weather forecasting. Forecasting is nothing but the drones. It is developed to monitor the weathers, okay, weathers and the damages, and it can send the and we can find the pressure of air. Okay, we can send a drone to a certain amount of height and we can find what is the air pressure, what are the water content or moisture in air, like when the rain will comes. So what is the temperature of today's temperature. Then some we can find it. So it will collect the weather parameters and it collects data and it will send the amount of department. We can save it in the drone also, as well as we can share it lively. Okay, so we can be in one area, then we can send the drone to another area, like 5 kilometers away or 400 kilometers away. We can send and we can monitor the weather. What is the weather or what is the temperature is here, then what is the temperature and what kind of weather is there. So we can monitor it and we can collect the data. Even we can collect the samples also. So in the weather department, they collect air samples, they collect some amount of samples that we can check how much amount of air is polluted. Okay, so like that wise it collects the samples and we can take it back and we can give it in the laboratory, we can check it. So likewise we can use it in the weather monitoring and weather forecasting. Okay, it is very cheap. In olden days, what they will do, they used to have a balloon, okay, like a helium balloon they will fix that weather monitoring device in the balloon. Then they will fly for the certain amount of height, they will fly it. Okay, so it goes certain amount of height, it collects a sample, it has a GPS sensor. So it goes to certain amount of height, then after that it will comes down and it will fall somewhere. Okay, the balloon will burst, then it will fall somewhere. So what the people will do, if someone collects, they will go and give those property to the weather department. So they give some amount of money. So each and every time this thing was happened, so it was for a single day they are spending 5,000 rupees for the weather monitoring purpose, for those balloon and the helium and the device which they sent. Okay, if it falls from a certain amount of height, it may cause damages also for it. So in those situation, we can use drones. We can safely we can take it up and safely we can drop it down, and we can use it for the many purposes also. So this is the one type of application in the weather and forecasting. Then the wildlife monitoring. Wildlife monitoring, we are seeing in the Discoveries and National Geographic channels also, that we are seeing so many life history and life stories of animals. How a lion will be, how the lion family will be, how the lion cycle will be, how the tigers will be, how small insects are growing there, how they are surviving, how they are hunting. So likewise, we are monitoring by drones. We can use rovers for this also. Rovers, or we can use quadcopters also, we can use it. So in this webinar, we are mainly seeing only the drones. So I have told you some common what are the drones are, but in this the main one type of drone we are seeing is quadcopter. So this quadcopter, all drones cannot be used for the all types. So I'm telling this 10 application is only for the quadcopter. Okay, so even some drones are may used. Okay, so mainly I'm telling about the quadcopter. So this is the main wildlife, like monitoring the cheetahs, lions, tigers, or elephants, giraffes, or deers, bees, whatever. So many animals like monkeys or ostrich, whatever, birds, even we can monitor all the animals in the forest, and we can safe and secure them. We can take how many animals were dead, how many animals are there. Likewise, we can monitoring using wildlife. And this is the main. What is the main thing is so many people are going to the forest and they are taking photographs with life, so they are losing their life. So even some animals are there, they may hunt them, they may kill them. So many life damages is also there. So many life losses also there. So to avoid that, so these drones are used. Okay, so we can get back a drone easily, but we can get back a life easily. Okay, a life of human. So that wise, even the cost wise also it's very cheap. You can be away from 5 kilometers away, then you can send a drone away 5 kilometers. Okay, so it can go there, it can roam, then it can take some amount of pictures and takes videos. So you can have custom samples, so you can monitor, you can share on the broadcast also. So these are the types which are used for the wildlife monitoring, to monitor the behaviors and the habit also. Okay, as I said. So these are the main points in the wildlife monitoring. Then the law enforcement. The law enforcement is nothing but I've told you already, like crowd monitoring. Then even in the traffics also, even in the city traffics, the drones can control the traffic. A policeman no need to stay there to control there. Okay, so the drone, it has a signal lights, like it will carry some signal lights like yellow, green, red. So it shows the signals, like with that signal the people can follow it and they can go. This is one type of and law enforcement. Then the another one is for the surveillance in the like monitoring, crowd monitoring. Crowd monitoring means if it is a temple festival or any VIP function or any party function. Party means that Kachi Manadu, like big VIP functions, big meetings. So in that we can monitor the crowds. Okay, for the police they can fly the drone and they can monitor what is happening, how the crowds are growing, any misbehaving was happened by the publics, or any damages or they are making, like, or any thief has come inside, like they will can monitor. By this can used for the people, for the law enforcement. Even in the coastline also, coastline and the border security surveillance purpose in the border areas, in border like Jammu Kashmir, even in the border Nepal borders, China Nepal border in India. So there also we can fly the drones and we can see what is happening. Any other country army was coming inside, or any damages or they were happened, or any terrorist was there, or anyone are trying to come inside, like we can see. Then the coastal areas also, we can fly in the coastal area, then we can monitor any other ship or any other illegal movements or happened, anything we can see there also. So these are the main things we can see it there. Then the another one is entertainment or hobby flying. Okay, so yeah, in so many colleges, or we can see aero modelings. So they used to fly drones and they used to big stunts also. They fly inwardly, they fly vertically, then they make loops, they make circles, like. So for the entertainment purpose they are using. So this is for the other entertainment, like even they take selfies in drones also. Then they use drones personally when they go for trekking or they go family trip anywhere out. So they use drones. Okay, these are the one type. The 10 types. So finally we have seen all the 10 types. So again I repeat the topics: aerial photography, the first one, and shipping and delivery, the second one, geographical mapping is the third one, the fourth one, disaster management and the agricultural purpose is the fifth one, the sixth one, research and rescue, and the seventh one is weather forecasting, and the eighth one is wildlife monitoring, and the ninth one, law enforcement, and the 10th one is entertainment. So these are the 10 points which we see. Okay, now we're going to see the parts of drones. What are the parts it has? The quadcopter, what are the parts it has? Okay, so in quadcopters, even drone also, we can call it, another name is called UAV. UAV is nothing but unmanned aerial vehicle, you all may know, or else unhuman aerial vehicle. Okay, whatever they call it. Okay, unmanned aerial vehicle or unhuman aerial vehicle. what like a drone or a thing which is not controlled by a human. Okay, in lively it was not controlled by human, it is controlled by remotely. Okay, so that we call it as RC. RC means remote control or radio control. We controlled by it a remote. Okay, remote we controlled it like. Okay, so it calls as RC drones or RC helicopters, RC plane likewise. So it does RC is nothing but remote control or radio control. Then the UAV, that is one type, we call it drone, we call it as UAV. It is a type. Okay, UAV is a unmanned aerial vehicle, and we call it as UMVR, so unmanned micro vehicle. Very small amount of UAVs also there. Okay, very little amount of UAVs, but unmanned micro vehicles. Then we call the UAS. It is unmanned aerial system. That is nothing but the ground system which controls the area, controls the drone from the ground itself with a big large amount of ground station. We have telemetry controls and we control it. Okay, so this is the main. The another one, we see the part of drones. What are the parts it has? Okay, the first one, it has motors. Okay, it has a BLDC motor. We call it a BLDC is nothing but brushless DC motors. That is BLDC motor. Okay, so it has 4 motors in a single copter. Okay, in a quadcopter it has 4 motors, 4 propellers. Okay, 4 motors and 4 propellers. It is one set of one drone. Okay, the another one, it has ESC. We call the main. These are the main thing. Motor, then the ESC. Okay, the motor we use BLDC motor. It is brushless DC motor. Okay, brushless DC motor. It is not brushed. It is a brushless DC motor. It is a type of, and the motor is classified by the kV and the RP. Okay, the RP, you may all know that speed and the revolution per minute. Then the thrust, then kV, kilovolt. According to the kilovolt, the thrust will be different. Okay, so in another webinar we'll see all those points detailing. Okay, then another one is ESC. ESC is nothing but electronic speed controller. The electronic speed controller which controls the motor's speed. Okay, so it controls speed of the motor, how it to rotate when it is going some side like left or right, or if it is going straight or going up or back. In that case, it reduces the rotation speed of the motor, so that ESCs are used. Even ESC can manage if any high voltage of amount of current will passes through the motor, so coil may burn. So in that case, it has some technology inside to withstand the high amount of temperature which is high amount of current voltage which is passing to the motor, so it will resist that one. Okay, then that is the ESC. So ESC also, it has 4 ESCs. Okay, which is connected with the motors. Then after that ESC, we have autopilot. The autopilot is the heart of the drone. Okay, it has the codings and embedded codings inside, so it controls the drone and it will give the command to the drone. What the command we send from the ground, from the pilot, it will send to the drone, and the autopilot will give those control to the motors. Then according to that, it will rotate and it will change the direction it goes on. Okay, this is the main thing. And the propellers. Okay, propeller, it has so many types. So plastic propeller is also there, carbon fiber propeller is also there, APC propeller is also there, composite propeller is also there, wooden propellers, steel propellers, aluminum propellers. So many propellers are there. Okay, so these are the propeller types. It has so many propellers, and the propeller will change according to its pitch angle variation. Okay, so when the pitch angle is more, it gives more thrust. When the pitch angle is less, it will gives little amount of thrust. Even we use it is for even we have a low noise propeller is also there. Sometimes if drone flies with a high noise of air thrust, so we have low noise propeller. If you use low noise propellers, it cuts the sound of air, so that the sound will be reduced in the drone. Okay, so this is one type, some types of propellers. So even in wooden propellers, it gives more amount of thrust, but the endurance will be less. Okay, so these propellers are used in quadcopters as well as in the fixed wings also. Okay, then the another propellers, we have seen the propeller and the motor and the ESC and the autopilot system. Okay, so in the autopilot system, it has main yeah, some units are GPS. Okay, a global positioning system, it has GPS, so it locates the position of the drone. Okay, why we use GPS is, so we use three controls in a drone. That one thing is GPS. Okay, GPS mode, that three modes. One is GPS mode, then the another one is altitude mode. Okay, altitude mode, it don't have GPS, but it tries to stabilize the drone. Okay, the another one is stabilization mode. Okay, stabilization mode, that the pilot has to control the drone. Okay, it won't stand in one place, it will oscillate in some area. Okay, because it don't have any GPS location or altitude location. Okay, it is flies without the GPS. In some area, even if we fly in the hilly regions, we don't get a signal of GPS. Okay, even in the phone also we are not getting the signals in the hilly regions or in the some forest or any other outer areas. So that in that cases we can fly the drone in the altitude mode or in the stabilization mode. If we get more amount of GPS, we can fly in the GPS mode. If the GPS mode gives more stability to the drones. Okay, it will stand in a single area in the one place. Okay, that we use for all major drones. Okay, so GPS, how it works, it is the GPS, it fixes the home point of your drone. When you move, each and every second it is moving, it fixes the GPS location. So it fixes that location of the four sides, the east, west, north, south. Then it fixes one point, and it won't move from that point, it will be standing in the same point. Okay, that is the GPS mode we use. And it has autopilot, it has IMU, integration mechanical unit. Okay, so in that unit, it stores the major, like it has astrometer, barometer, and gyroscope. Gyroscope, these are the and internal compass also is there. Internal compass and external compass is also there. Compasses, one compass will be fixed with the GPS and the another compass will be in the autopilot. If one compass failures, it takes another compass, so that it has two compass in autopilot as well as in the GPS also. Then the gyroscope and the barometer and the astrometer. The astrometer, it shows the speed, how much speed it is moving the drone. That the astrometer will shows. Then barometer, it shows the air temperature, air speed. Okay, then the gyroscope, it shows the position of the aircraft or the drone, whether it is banking one side or it is moving, it is staying, it is stable, or how much angle it was banked or stalled. So these are the position it will show. Okay, so the autopilot. Then the battery. Okay, in the battery, it has so many types. It starts from single cell battery to 8 cell batteries. Okay, it differs with the type. Okay, in battery we have using two types only. Okay, one is lithium ion, that is we use it in clocks or remote in our home daily uses we are using. That is lithium ion. It will be like cylinder like structure. Then the lithium polymer, that is one type of battery which comes in our mobile phone we are using. That is lithium polymer battery, we call it as lipo battery, and lithium ion battery. So these are the two types of battery we use for the drones mainly. So in this, it has a single cell, double cell. It differs with the cells. Okay, each cell has 3.7 volt. Okay, each cell, it has 3.7 volt, and it has 500 amps, like, okay, mAh it has. So mainly we use in drones. We started in 3 cell, 2, 6 cell, 8 cell batteries. Okay, according the cells will be binded. Okay, binded like one upon one. It will binded. We call it as 3 cell. Up to we have 8 cell batteries. That is lithium ion as well as lithium polymer. Both the lipo batteries, both batteries we have. So another thing is the landing gears, which used to land the aircraft and to take off. That is the main thing. So to avoid the damages. Then the payload is nothing but camera or gimbal, we call it as. Which camera we have, whether we are using daylight camera or thermal camera, whatever that is. Then the another one is frame structure, the main thing, the frame, the fuselage part, which carries all the motors, propellers, ESCs, and everything. Okay, so these are the main things in the drone. Then sensors, we have some sensors like radar sensor and radar and lidar. Then obstacle avoidance sensors like in the 4 directions, and the propeller cutoff sensor. If one propeller is cut, it will indicate to the ground position that one motor was stopped. Okay, likewise it has so many sensors. And if any bird hits, like bird hitting damages, like beacons, recovery beacons is also there if in some cases it was crashed or it was fallen somewhere. So there we can see it. Okay, so these are the we are coming to the closing point. So these are the main usages and the applications and the introduction types and parts of the drones. Okay, so we have seen all those types. So if you have any doubt, please comment me in the comment section, and you can call to your professors and they may pass your doubts to me also. If you have any doubt, please call me or please text me at any time. I can have your number with your professors. So I'm very much happy and proud, and I thank Mr. Karthikeyan sir and the HOD sir and Mother Teresa Engineering College and the department and the Mohammed Abbas all. So thank you for this wonderful opportunity to giving me, and hope you people or get some more knowledge about it. And even if any uncomfortable or anything, please share me, then I will go through you and I'll send you my PPT on the document so you can clear your doubts also. And thank you for all. Be safe, aware of corona. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jeffrey sir. It is very useful for us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Webinar session, especially the parts of the drone as well as the application of the drone. It is very, very useful for us as well as our participants also. The participants are asking some doubt in the comment. You can answer that comment also. So I thank, because of our management, St. Mother Teresa Engineering College and as well as the Department of EEE, I thank once again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.